What's up guys, this is Simon, and in this video I wanted to go into how I built a company to do $10 million annually in 2019. Damn! Damn! And in 2020 it dropped to 4 million because of COVID.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
But on this channel, on my Instagram, and those that follow me always ask me, what do you do for a living? Maybe they've seen my American Express Centurion video, which is a popular video. You could check it out here. And they asked me, what do you do for a living? I want to do that. How do I get on that hype? And in this video, I go over one of my companies, which I built up to $10 million in 1 year in sales. And we'll give you a little bit about what I do particular to that company. Before I get into this video, go ahead and hit the like button for me and subscribe to my channel if you like entrepreneurial advice or this type of content. As always, I appreciate it. Let's get into this video. Okay guys, so in about 2013, I was already a business owner. I worked for myself as a self-employed person ever since I was around 18 or 19. My last job was at Best Buy as a salesperson, which I got laid off from, and I was selling VCR DVD combination units. Okay.
Hey, what's up, boss?
I'm fine.
So what's the purpose of this card you got going here?
It's from my camera.
You're taking some sexy movies at home? What are you doing with that
taking
thing?
pictures.
Well, what's going to be on this kind of chip? We kind of need to know, if we're selling it.
Yeah.
We can't have nothing going up on Brazzers or anything like that.
Brazzers? What
yeah,
Brazzers?
or like, you know what I mean?
I see the chain.
crazy?
I see that. You shooting some funky shit?
Are you crazy?
No.
So
I'm intrigued.
Why I'm supposed to tell you what I'm buying this for?
I'm interested. You might be.
No.
So the people that were at that Best Buy didn't even know anything about sales or VCRs or DVDs that were my managers, and they happened to lay me off. I got upset, started a company. I started a business selling keyboards and other things on eBay, and it led to something else, into something else, into something else. Now, I'm not going to cover all the businesses I had prior to making this $10 million a year company, but I still have a variety of different businesses. I like to diversify, and I like to try to bring all of them up and have them run themselves. Not like a 4-hour work week, because I don't work 4 hours, but I really want to make sure that I put the proper people in position to help the company grow.
Professional resume, athletic and special skills resume, and Dwight Schrute trivia.
I am ready to face any challenges that might be foolish enough to face me.
How would I describe myself? 3 words. Hardworking, alpha male, jackhammer, merciless, insatiable.
So about 2013, I got approached by somebody to start a business in the airline travel industry. This individual, who's a business partner of mine, asked me to go in on it with him. He knew that I had a good business acumen, and at that time, out of our group of people, I was one of the people that was always successful in doing things. And he approached me and wanted to partner with me. I said, sure, let's do it. I basically created everything from the beginning as an entrepreneur, as I've done it before. So I had the experience, and he had the experience in management and certain things, because he came from a corporate environment, but it wasn't a self-made entrepreneur or wasn't a business person at the time. So my skill set was to get the company running, register it, get it up from the ground. I built a CRM for it, which is a customer relationship manager, the website for it, got us office space, trained salespeople, and so forth. And we took this business from, I would say, 4 or 5 individuals that I've hired, he's hired, to over 30, 40 total individuals in our company. And this business is called First Business Flights. So if you're a celebrity or someone of some wealth that's watching it, what we do is we basically allow you to have a much more affordable airline ticket price by having consolidated fares versus what's published online, and we're able to sell those privately. You can't publish those fares online for map pricing reasons, which is minimum advertised pricing. The airlines don't like it. But privately, if you contact an agency like ourselves, we can go ahead and give you, say, a first class or a business class ticket at a discounted rate, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 below what is displayed online. So for example, if you're flying from Los Angeles to Dubai and you want a first class suite, it may run you $20,000 to $30,000 on the internet on Expedia or Emirates or other airlines. And we get that ticket, say, for $8,000. Now, don't quote me on this, but we're able to save you a big amount of money. And then we would sell that ticket for $10,000 and make $2,000 profit or $1,000 or $500 profit, whatever the market rate is, through a consolidator. Now, that's what the business is about. Now, we were hiring people here in the United States. As you guys know, California is one of the worst places to hire people. There's a lot of labor laws. They actually, about a year ago, took away contracted employees, which our employees were, and made everybody an employee. So now we had to incorporate their payroll taxes and unemployment taxes, and it became not profitable to hire people here. Unfortunately, in the Bay Area, we kept our core employees and we stopped hiring new employees here and opened an office in the Philippines and another office in Ukraine. Now, with these two offices, we were able to have a sales team, an admin team, and individuals that are still with our company. Let's say 10 individuals for the price of 2 individuals' salaries that would happen here to run the operation. We just no longer were hiring individuals here. We didn't fire anybody. We kept our core employees, and they've been with us from the launch. But we were able to expand and have multiple offices. In fact, there was actually another office in Los Angeles. I forgot to mention that had about 3 to 4 employees in Redondo Beach area, which it was pretty successful and nice. But once COVID hit, I mean, it kind of destroyed everything. But before COVID, I should say, we slowly grew and grew this business with hard work, partnerships, and a lot of my marketing expertise, a lot of my partner's expertise, and other aspects of the business who does a pretty good job of watching the money. And we were able to grow this company to $10 million a year in annual sales. That's $10 million a year, guys. This is not a YouTube making $1 million a year on these videos or anything like that. I didn't make my money on YouTube or anything like that. I actually ran a legitimate business with a lot of effort and work and planning that went into building such a company in multiple offices, multiple locations, with multiple marketing streams. And today we're still not at our peak. Projected, we were supposed to do $12 to $13 million in 2020. Then COVID hit, boom. All of a sudden, my $10 million business a year, which brought a good amount of income to me personally, has dwindled. Now, that wasn't the last business I started, but it's still dwindled, and we're focusing on the most successful company I have to date. And it went down to about $3 to $4 million in 2020, depending on how we file taxes and so forth. So what's the moral of this story? You could build a business at any point, at any time, and you could take it and make it successful. The secrets to doing so is, one, you have to try. So if you don't try, you'll never have a business, right? It's the number one saying. If I don't start a company, there's no way that company can grow into $1 million, 2, 3, 5, 10. The second point of this is sometimes in business, things are not in your control. And this year in 2020, or last year, I should say, we have seen that more than ever. The federal government, the local government, etc., has superiority over your business. If you were in the restaurant business, if you were in the gym business, which were profitable, I mean, in exceptionally profitable businesses, the gym memberships and so forth, you're screwed. You know, you were told you cannot open your doors, you cannot have people dining, you could have them dine outside, inside, and vice versa, etc. If you were in the travel business, I mean, I believe United Airlines took something like a $2 billion loss in 2020, completely destroyed. So in life, you're going to have businesses that you're going to build that you could potentially grow to something substantial where you think you're balling out of control. And then you could get a wild card, and that wild card could take everything away from you that you rely on. So my advice from building a business that does $10 million a year is, one, you should try it, but make sure you always diversify. So even though my business, which was doing a lot, in 2019 and still did decent in 2020, more than a lot of people's businesses probably on the internet and so forth. I diversified, so I didn't feel the impact of the decline as much because I have my original business, which is in a different industry altogether. I started a marketing company after my business of flights or airline travel or travel agency. Then I helped my wife start a business in healthcare and so forth. So we were diversifying. I was diversifying. Then in April, I started YouTube, which I'm not really making any substantial money on, but I feel like it's fun to do. And if it leads to money in the future, it's great. Then I started another business during this pandemic time that focuses on technology news and so forth. And I'm going to keep going. I have other ideas in my mind, and I'm constantly going to strive and choose my hard, which is a video I did, by the way, you should check out. Choose my hard to do more and more to get more and more. And that's because I'm not settled. My mind is never settled. And I think having an unsettled mind in certain cases is a good thing if you're trying to get more money. Now, you're sacrificing certain things to get something else. To me, it's important to build an empire or a foundation for my family for generations to come, to constantly continue working. I think I get the work ethic from my father, who's a tailor, who continues to work at the age of 75, 76 now. And puts in the work daily, 7 days a week. This guy is, sewing old ladies' clothing for a couple bucks here and there, making $2,000 a month or $3,000 a month, but working 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. Okay, so that's the work ethic that I wish to have when I'm older and his age, and the energy I wish to have. He's happy doing it. I personally haven't found what I love doing yet to the point where I could say that I would want to do this 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't know if it's this YouTube thing, if it's my other business or whatever it is, but I pride myself on being a multi-skilled entrepreneur that can take companies, grow them, potentially make the right decision most of the time, and understand that I'm capable of doing a lot, and knowing that my confidence is there to make sure I help the company in whatever way I can. So you got to diversify. You got to be multi-skilled in your business, but you also got to never give up. I have another business that used to do several $1 million a year that also declined when I left that business with 15 or more employees to open up this airline travel business, thinking that people would watch my business and continue to grow it like I've grown it. But no, it dropped, it declined. It went from, several million to 1 million to $500,000, so forth. And then now it's going back up because I'm back. But I always have a positive outlook. I know that it's not my time. What's meant to be is kind of meant to be if I work hard, but it's not my time in that business yet. And I know that if I continue to work and I continue to put in the effort, that business will also pick back up and grow. And anything can happen any year. We've seen that last year. The pandemic destroyed people, but at the same time, people got rich. Amazon got very wealthy. Lots of other companies got wealthy, and people were also making money during a pandemic. But what it all means is, look at Elon Musk. At one point, he was almost broke. He was down to his last dollars or millions in his case, but he was almost broke. And then
Tesla really faced a severe threat of death due to the Model 3 production ramp. Essentially, the company was bleeding money like crazy, and just if we didn't solve these problems in a very short period of time, we would die. And it was extremely difficult to solve them.
How close to death did you come?
Within single-digit weeks.
22 hours a day, or how many
I
hours?
was working, so 7 days a week, sleeping in the factory. I worked in the paint shop, general assembly, body shop.
You ever worry about yourself?
Tesla took off and he became the second richest person in the world, at one point the first richest, and so forth, as stocks traded. But the point is, anything can happen at any moment, and you could be wealthy if you keep pushing and trying. And at the same time, it could go down and it'll go back up, and it'll go down and it'll go back up. None of us, you or I, are not as lucky to have something that just goes like this. It doesn't go straight into the sky like a rocket. I've personally never had that. My life in all my businesses has been like this. And it always happens. But in the end, I see myself having more today than I did when I was 20 or 25 or 30. And today I'm 37. And at 40, I plan to have more. At 45, at 50, and so forth, I'm going to keep growing. And I want you to have that positive outlook and mindset as well. Whatever business you get into, or whatever job you take on, or whatever position you want to achieve at your company, you have to give the effort, you have to give the work. You cannot give up. Once you give up or close or shut down or quit, you've lost, in my opinion. Unless you're quitting for a better opportunity or a good reason, you're losing. You're losing that time that you have off. You're losing potential advancement, etc. Sometimes it works in your favor, sometimes it don't. But if you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, and this is an entrepreneurial channel, if you dump your business because you had one bad year or a bad situation, then you'll never be able to rebound or recover. You'll never go to the finals or the Super Bowl again, that kind of thing. And you will lose out and potentially live with regret. So my regrets are not starting something and not finishing something. And that's why I keep going. Anyway, guys, a lot of you ask me, what do you do? How did you make your money? That's one way I made my money. Real estate is another. Other businesses is another. And there's just so many things I do to keep going and stay afloat and try to provide for my family. I'm always hustling. I'm never giving up. And oftentimes I'm putting myself and my needs behind someone else's, or behind my family's, or behind the ultimate goal of success. There's been so many times in my personal life that I wanted to buy something, or I wanted to acquire something. And instead of getting it for myself, I either bought my parents something, or I helped my wife get something, or I invested in something else. That wasn't a monetary reward. And I know I made a reward yourself video, but sometimes you can't reward yourself. You have to make sure that you're making the right investment to get money later on down your life, such as passive income, which will pay for your luxuries or your goods or your vacations or your motorcycles or whatever it may be, watches, etc. So I hope you guys got some of that answered. I have not covered everything that I do, or even a tad bit about my life story of how I got to this point, but it lets you know that I did raise a company to $10 million a year, and I found that to be very successful. I truly believe we would have done 13 million if it wasn't the pandemic in 2020. And sadly, we have to bring it back up again. If you're interested in that company, check it out. It's firstbusinessflights.com, firstbusinessflights.com. You could also check us out on Instagram. And if you're a worldwide traveler that needs first class or business class travel, definitely look us up and hit me up. I will take care of you. And I appreciate you guys watching. As always, hit that like button for me if you like this video and you like this type of advice, or you like to know more. Subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. And I'll catch you guys here in the next video as I give more about me. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.